Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Inside Edge. It's Thursday, October 23rd, and a new Rutgers Eagleton poll released early yesterday morning shows Mikey Sherrill leading Jack Ciattarelli by 5 points. But I'm concerned that this is a deeply imperfect poll where there's some things that just don't make sense, other than the fact that maybe it's exactly right, but for the wrong reasons. So let me air my grievances, and then it's up to you to decide whether you agree or not. Uh, First, the data is stale. The poll went into the field on October 3rd, 19 days before it was released. It took Eagleton 15 days to complete a statewide poll of 795 likely voters, some by phone, some by text. And so while this poll was in the field, probably $10 million was spent between the two candidates and their super PACs and independent expenditures trying to persuade voters. A lot of doors have been knocked on since then. And, polls are supposed to be a snapshot in time, but when some of the data is old, you wonder how well it's aged. Second, if the last data was collected on October 17th, how did it take 4 days to put the press release out? Most pollsters are out the next day. The delay made the poll 4 days older than it needed to be. Third, the Eagleton poll, with a margin of error of 4.7%, is based on an electorate where they say more Republicans than Democrats will vote in a state with 800,000 more Democrats. The poll has a sample at 37% independent, 32% Republican, and 21% Democratic. So maybe I'm wrong. That happens more frequently than I'd like. But if more Republicans vote than Democrats, I don't buy that Mikey Sherrill's up by 5 points. Let me put this into some perspective. In 2021, 43% of the total ballots cast were by Democrats, 33% by Republicans, 24% by independents and unaffiliateds, and Phil Murphy won by 3 points. Last year, the breakdown was 40% Democrat and 29% Republican, and Harris beat Trump in the state by 6 points. So Eagleton anticipates that Democrats will represent 12% less of the electorate than 4 years ago. I mean, that really shorts Mikey Sherrill's numbers here. Fourth, I think it's likely that the turnout model that's 52% women is probably a little light, and that too shortchanges Sherrill's number. Sherrill has a 21-point lead among women in this poll, and she's leading among independents by 9 points. And if that's true, she should be up by more than 5 points. And I don't buy that a quarter of the voters are ages 18 to 34. Frankly, I think Sherrill is stronger in this poll than the numbers show. In this poll, and I shouldn't be able to poke as many holes in the methodology. Now, you can't say with absolute certainty that Eagleton isn't the first to catch a trend, that an extraordinary number of Republicans will vote while an enormous percentage of Democrats are going to stay home. If that's the case, I'll call Eagleton and I'll apologize. But we saw inaccurate polling in 21. Bad polls have consequences. They affect fundraising, strategic decisions. I mean, even field staff's decision about whether they're going to go out to brunch on the Sunday before the election. So one of the few independent polls out there needs to get it right or not release these numbers at all. That's all for today, everybody. Thanks for listening. As always,